Okay, you've printed the contract, and now the screen shows a register up here where you can go and take the payment. So for Bob Jones, December 12th, we're going to go up here and click on the cash register, and then yes, we want to open the cash register. You'll notice that his transaction number is down here, and this is what you'll always refer to for Bob Jones's order number. Enter in your appropriate employee code number, and you'll notice that this is a new order. It's Bob Jones's reservation number, and it's asking for the full amount of the rental fee, which was $175 after the $40 discount. Now, a lot of times the customer won't have $175 to pay you, but we do require that he make a payment at this time, and it needs to be a minimum of $40. If he wasn't going to pay the full amount, then you would have to change it to the amount that he will pay. In this case, it's the minimum, so you have to manually go in there and change that amount. At this point, you would hit save. You'll notice that the price is $175, but once you hit save, it's going to change it to $40. And over here, it's going to change it to $40. The payment type, it's good to keep track of that. There's a drop-down arrow boxes for the types of things that you collect. In this case, it could be cash. You would click cash, or you could just start typing it in if you didn't have the how do I do that here? Alright, I can't do it, but if you have cash, press enter. Amount tendered, he could give you a $100 bill. You might want to type that in there, and it'll ring up the appropriate change. If you want to type in any notes, you have this available here. By hitting commit, it will go ahead and print out a payment receipt that could be for $40 that could be attached to his rental contract. On the payment receipt, you'll notice now it says $40 payment, and it would give you a balance due of $135 because Bob Jones's rental was $175. Those two receipts could be stapled together for the appropriate receipts for Bob Jones. Once you hit commit, the screen will basically, go away. Hit commit, and it's printing out the receipt, and the change is $60 from the $100 bill that he gave you. Again, it goes back to Bob Jones's screen. If you hadn't printed a receipt, a rental contract in the beginning and just skipped that point and went to register, you could print out the contract here. In this case, we'll say no. We're going to go ahead at this point and close up this order screen, and we'll be back at the main menu. Now, let's just say that a customer, needs to make a payment, or you forgot to get it from Bob, or he had to go out to his car, you closed it up. You can always come back to the cash register. This button is only available on the one computer in the store. You always have to find the cash register machine. Again, type in your customer code, and you'll see your clerk initial here. In this case, because it didn't come from a new order, you'll have to select the correct department. In this case, it's going to be a new order, or a rental payment. Okay, could be a rental payment or a new order. We don't care. Press return, and then you'll need to put in either his transaction number, which I pointed out to you, or you could search, or you could space bar equals autofill. So here, if you hit space bar, it gives you your account number dash by the appropriate transaction number. In this case, I don't remember, so I'm going to F4 search. Or you could hit this and come down to here. I do remember his name was Bob Jones, so you can start typing it, and then you could scroll down here to see it. This is highlighted. Press OK. So you'll notice now he already took a $40 payment. In this case, his balance is only $135, and if he was picking up or he was making an additional payment before he picked up, he might just want to come in and pay that. So we'll leave it at $135. If it's different, you would change it here, but we'll leave it at $135. Hit F12 save. Again, you can just use your drop down arrow or start typing in this case he's going to pay with Visa. You could just start typing in Visa and it will populate for you. And you'll notice the amount tendered. You can leave that blank if you want, and press enter because it's going to give you $135. And then if you hit commit, it'll print out the appropriate receipt. It'll print out the appropriate receipt. Let's just say he gave you cash $135 and he gave you $135. He's going to hit commit, and Bob Jones will be then paid in full. Change is 0, and of course it printed out the receipt. So that's a quick tutorial on how to use the cash register.